And welcome back. I'm Katie Worst here and Marisol Tello as well here at the RAN Sevens competition. We have our second women's matchup for after the break period. We've got Guyana Rugby Football Union that will be in the yellow and green, as well as Trinidad and Tobago in the red. So quite a great matchup, Trinidad and Tobago. They've been quite successful in this competition in years previous. Marisol, what are we going to be needing to see from them today?
To be honest, I haven't seen them play. I'm actually excited because this is the first time that I see both teams play, and let's see how they fight this match. I did see the Guyana girls play earlier against Jamaica, so I want to see what they have for this match.
And that competition was on field 2 here. We're on field 1, Trinidad and Tobago. They have quite a bit of size advantage and a bit of speed as well. They'll get set to kick off. Now for the restart was for Colette.
That ball was out. So they're doing a lineup.
We get set for a lineup early on. Trinidad and Tobago, one of the top programs here for this competition. They'll get set for the toss in. Great contest in the air. TNT have it now. They get the ball out wide now. They have plenty of options towards the outside. Certainly looking for that blazing speed coming around. But there is some excellent effort defensively for Guyana to get across the field now. And that was great stuff by Cindy Frazier.
I think that was a high tackle, wasn't it?
Yep, I think she did a great job of tracking over and just got a little bit too high. And that's what the center match official and assistant referee will have a chat about now. We're now just considering her fate. Do you think he is going to be going to the pocket?
I think he is. Let's see. And that is a yellow card for player number 7, Abiosha Haywood from Guyana Rugby Football Club.
I should believe that was Cindy Frazier.
Yeah, sorry, Cindy Frazier.
That's a tough one for Guyana early on. They'll be playing a man down. Trinidad and Tobago just unfortunately lost the ball forward. They're playing advantage now. Guyana, Abiosha Haywood. Tackle happens and they're going to go back. No forward progress. They'll go back to the scrum thanks to the knock-on. If you just joined us now, I'm Katie Worst.
I'm Marisol, and you can see Trinidad and Tobago playing in the red and Guyana on the green with yellow.
We've got a 0-0 contest straight away. The ball's being put in now by Haywood. Ball went straight out, and it'll go right back in.
Redoing the scrum. Guyana players decided to switch sides.
Haywood. And a penalty at the scrum. Looked like boring in there. Now ball to Trinidad and Tobago. Steven. The offload pass. It was Strecker. Now looking for some options towards the outside. That's a beautiful clear out for TNT. Another unfortunate knock off the front of the hands. I believe that time it was Jordan Brown. Trinidad and Tobago just can't seem to find the handles.
Definitely seeing a lot of scrums in this first part of the game.
Oftentimes they can be accredited to good pressure defense, so taking a look at Guyana, how they're trying to get up into their face makes it very difficult for you to focus in and catch the ball when you know that the defense is coming. Now Haywood, very quick to pick up this ball. She's out like a rocket around the corner, and she has it plenty of space towards the outside, dodges that defender, and she's going to put the points on the board for Guyana. Abiosha Haywood brings her team up straight away. Trinidad and Tobago a bit shocked now, but Haywood makes the points count. It's 5-0 in favor of Guyana.
That was an excellent play by Haywood. She's been wanting it all first half of the game. Let's see what happens with this conversion.
Great bit of individual effort there by Haywood. She was so quick to flick that ball up from the ground. The conversion is no good, so the tally will stay for Guyana in favor, 5 points to 0. We're closing in on 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Still early on to this match. Guyana looking to push pace. Haywood gets it off straight away. Now ball towards the outside, Guyana again. Haywood, nice, beautiful offload there to Frazier. Frazier is well tackled, brought to ground. Hands in the ruck there, and that will be a penalty on Guyana. TNT will take no time to get the ball moving forward. They have it now with ball in hand. Nice bit of evasive footwork going forward. That's Straker. Straker right away to Steven. Steven getting it wide all the way out to George. George now storming forward, trying to evade the final tackler. She does, just gets into touch. Thought she had the offload pass.
That was an excellent follow-up by Jordan Brown with her colleague George.
A beautiful bit of continuity there from Trinidad and Tobago. Much better go forward ball.
Just so outstanding follow-up with her teammates. Let's see what they've got. See if they can reach that try line. Right now we're going to have a line up.
Guyana getting set for the line out. Trinidad and Tobago just bundled into touch. Couldn't quite get that last pass off. Guyana still holds the lead at 5-0. A lot of movement in this line out for Guyana. They go forward. Looks like they come away with possession, potentially. Actually looks like another knock-on.
Guyana have a very strong movement in their lineup. I saw them in their earlier match. And we're having another scrum.
Steven on the put-in for Trinidad and Tobago. Again, another penalty called. Looks like early engagement this time. Trinidad and Tobago wasting no time. They have it in hand now. Plenty of space towards the outside. That's Carliste looking for the option, but beautiful defense. She's almost brought to touch, but ball is still in play. Trinidad and Tobago have it. A lot of contact at this breakdown. Looking to move it forward now is Straker. Straker, again, looking for an option to offload. She's carrying 3 Guyana defenders now. And the penalty is called. Offsides it is. And Straker taps it through the yard. And she has it! Try awarded, Trinidad and Tobago. And just like that, the score is equalized, 5-5.
That was an excellent follow-up, but that was an excellent teamwork by Stevens, Carlisle, and number 3, Jordan Brown from Trinidad and Tobago.
That is a great answer, exactly what TNT needed just to equalize the score, as well just to lift their spirits too going forward. They've had just some real challenges with handling errors, Marisol. What do you attribute to where there's been so many scrums this match?
Yes, there has. I mean, let's wait and see. And Straker, that's an excellent conversion, leaving the marks too.
It's great work there. Trinidad and Tobago takes the lead at 7-5. Just a narrow advantage. Very critical to make these conversions count in such a tightly contested contest. As we go into the halfway, you can't get any closer than this. What are some keys for Guyana to bounce back after the try was scored?
I think I would like to see what happens with Guyana. I love how they're following and their teamwork, how they never stop following their teammates. And I love the potency in Guyana's lineup. I haven't seen any of the other girls' teams here do that. Scrums, we were talking about why we've seen so many scrums What do you attribute that to, Katie?
I think both these teams are very high-level defensive teams as well. So they've been putting a ton of pressure on, and it is really challenging. A lot of it is just taking your eye off the ball as well, too. Especially when you see a gap, you start to see that green space going forward, and you've got to think about what happens first, right? It's always catching the ball and making sure you can consider what's in front of you as well, but also blocking out when that's a defensive pressure coming at you.
Yeah, I know. I remember when there were lots of scrums in the game. You get tired really easily. It makes it a bit more tiring, a bit more frustrating. But they've been playing excellently. So let's see what happens in the second part of the game.
Yeah, you see with the increased volumes of scrums as well, too, there's been several scrum penalties called. There's one for boring in, a few others, just some different things. So credit to the match officials for keeping it a fair and even contest. And we have seen there was a yellow card early on as well for Guyana. And they're back on the field, so back at full strength.
Yes, just two.
And Trinidad and Tobago has a narrow 2-point lead at 7 points to 5 against Guyana. They just scored the try at the death for the first half, and now a lot more rugby to be played in the second half.
We can see 7 players back in the Guyana side.
Yeah, certainly very deep on this restart. Trinidad and Tobago just drops it in, and it will go into touch. We'll get set for a line out here. Guyana looked at the option to go quick. Trinidad and Tobago was in place.
Haywood taking the ball for Guyana for that line out.
Haywood was the try scorer from earlier. She's just pretty much does everything for this team here. An exceptional athlete. Guyana, again, a lot of movement in this line out here. And Trinidad and Tobago from the ground just taps it up. The call is offsides. Guyana has it now in hand, wasting no time to get go forward ball. That's Thomas. Pass back. Aaron goes through the hands, but now ball in hand again to Stewart. Has it now. Moving forward. She gets the ball to ground with some help from Steven. Steven wants to move it quick as well. And George. And she's bundled into touch. Trinidad and Tobago wasting no time. They
keep on the game going. What? I think that was a high attempt of a tackle.
Yeah, potentially looks like maybe the tackle was high in that contact area. So they tried to go quick with the line out, and they brought it back to where the penalty was called. Actually go back to initially not a penalty, back to the line out. They was in touch. The assistant referee made the call there.
Cordes does the line out for Trinidad and Tobago.
Looks like the ball was not in straight. Let's look at the choice. They've elected to go with the scrum. Interesting decision for Guyana because clearly Trinidad and Tobago has the size advantage.
Exactly, good line out.
Haywood placed the ball in. Haywood somehow falls underneath the last, but again, a free kick now to Guyana. They have it.
Yes,
ball in hand now for Cordes. Not releasing the tackle. And now Guyana quickly tap it and go. With Haywood now dancing around looking for an option. Maybe trying to switch fields. He offloads now too. Guyana has some options towards the outside. Errant pass to no one. Guyana tries to bobble it up. And now TNT have it in hand. Ball to ground. And we'll bring it back for the knock-on. Closing in on 4 minutes left in this match.
No, this was definitely emotional. Haywood was trying to get her teammates to follow her. And then that knock on again, another scrum.
This one will be Trinidad and Tobago. Will place the ball in now. Looks like a bit of debris on the field. They'll just toss it off.
Let's see. Last scrum was collapsed. Let's see His scrum is better. Scrum, players are engaged, the ball goes in the tunnel, and it's TNT's ball.
Free kick awarded again now.
Right.
This time Trinidad and Tobago have it. And Stewart.
Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll tap it and keep the ball moving upfield. Very closely contested contest now.
Opening after the rock, player number 4 for TNT, and 9 excellently opening it.
Trinidad and Tobago has some space towards the outside and some speed. They have to evade one last tackler. And she's bundled up. Carliste still driving forward is Trinidad and Tobago. They have it now. Plenty of space towards the outside, and they have support for days. Ball through several hands. A nice little loop around pass. Trinidad and Tobago. Vincent is brought down. Gets back to her feet, still has it now, driving forward. She has plenty of support now. Towards the outside is George. George, instrumental earlier, is well tackled by Guyana. Excellent effort there by Haywood. Phenomenal stuff. And now Trinidad and Tobago waste no time recycling ball back. Pantor, the captain, brings it in. And now Guyana have stolen it back. An airy kick went up straight away in the air. Trinidad and Tobago come back with it, and Jack has it now, looking for an offload to George. Just misses the target, but picks it up now. George looking for space towards the outside. She is tackled by Haywood, who's about half her size.
This is just amazing. That tackle by Haywood was amazing. We can see how no matter the size of the player, if you go to the feet, you will definitely get her down.
Quite the challenge when you size up Haywood and George. There certainly is a mismatch there, but she did an exceptional job. Trinidad and Tobago with ball in play now. Plenty of options. They're in the danger zone. Great ball work. Vincent. Pantor have it. They're trying to go around the edge.
We just saw a knock on. Let's see if the ref calls it.
Closing in on a minute left on the clock. A very narrow lead for Trinidad and Tobago. 7-5. A try here will be certainly beneficial. And now just skips through is Pantor. Right on the line. Penalty called for offsides. Trinidad and Tobago, they waste no time. Try to crash over the line. But they're going to bring it back again to the penalty.
Definitely have been seeing this excellent offensive from Trinidad and Tobago. We have a player down, let's see.
And time
She's
is off the
okay.
clock. We got the medical staff who's going to come to the field. But how about that effort there from Trinidad and Tobago? They're so close to the try line. What's it going to take to get it over, Marisol?
I think it's just one more pass. I mean, they're so close right there, but Guyana has given them such a big fight. This has definitely been a very interesting game. I love Haywood's passion. Definitely excellent tackle from her part. And hopefully the player from Guyana is okay.
Yes, definitely. We have great medical support here in this wonderful facility. With some big contact right in front of the post there.
Vincent has also been trying to get that try from TNT on the sides. Guyana hasn't let them, so let's see if she's able to.
It's Guyana looking over for concern for their teammate who's on the ground there. It has been such a closely contested contest right here. The goal line stand for Guyana. They're trying to put everything they can into it to keep them out. They're just down 2 points. With even just the slimmest of margins of time left on the clock, they definitely still have an opportunity. And anything can happen in sevens. It's one of the best parts.
I think that's exactly what makes sevens such an interesting game compared to 15s. It's so fast. You need to be concentrated all of this match because you're just attacking.
And it looks like the player for Guyana, she has actually been able to sit up now, so there's more positive to say for this one. It looks like another great player for Trinidad and Tobago was Nicolette Panter, the captain. She did a great job of just distributing ball and moving it around to create some opportunities for Trinidad and Tobago.
So you can see the Guyanese player is up. Hopefully she's fine. That's crowd is applauding her.
Yes, wonderful to see her get off the field on her own accord as well. And now, back to the action on the field. Trinidad and Tobago knocking at the door. Panter again somehow gets the ball off to Jack. Right on the line they are. Penalty called. Again, coming in from the side. Guyana thought they had it stolen. Quick ball movement now for Panter. Has an option for Vincent. A tough double tackle there from Guyana now, but still Panter looks to move the ball quickly for Jack. Ball still in play, almost no time left. A nice pickup there for Stewart. Stewart looks to the outside. She has an option. Hayward, of course, is there to stuff it up. And now a nice pass out toward the outside is Jordan Brown. Just on the edge. And try awarded. Jordan Brown finally gets the job done for Trinidad and Tobago, bringing the score up to 12 points to 5.
That was definitely a good fight that Guyana gave to the TNT team. George tried to go in there. They didn't let her double tackle. And then player number 3 made an excellent try for TNT team.
Yes, beautiful stuff by Dahlia Jordan Brown, just putting the exclamation point at the end of a fantastic contest. There's been just beautiful back and forth play between both sides. Guyana went down a player early with an early yellow card, had an influential injury as well. And Trinidad and Tobago stayed the course, stuck with their game plan. And now they have the attempt for the conversion, which will likely be the last bit in this match.
What I've also liked is the footwork. One of the tackles earlier on, I loved how the TNT player just didn't let the tackle. She kept on moving her legs. This is really good tactics where when you're in the rugby field, you keep on moving your feet. Makes that almost impossible for the other team player to tackle you.
And the conversion was no good as we get another look there at Jordan Brown, just dotting that try down to finish it off. And that we're into full time, and the contest will go to Trinidad and Tobago, 12 points to 5 against Guyana. I'm Katie Wurst from Marisol Tello, and we'll be right back, so stay tuned for the next contest, which is going to be Mexico versus British Virgin Islands in the men's Pool C.